What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Spartan Gamer, and today, well, we're starting a brand new series. I'm calling it the Wednesday watch list, right? And basically it's a list feature, simple as that. Now there's gonna be a couple of them. I want to do a monthly or bi-monthly, which means twice a month, by the way, where we take just a look at certain aspects of games or certain types of games and do a list feature on them. Now, these lists have been done before by numerous channels. Hell, I've watched and subscribed to a couple of them. But what I wanted to do was take those themes and just run it and do my own thing. I looked at some of the comments, I looked at some of theirs, and I tweaked the list, and I wanted to just do this. It's something I've wanted to do for a while. So yeah, for the you'll get the gist of it the more we do them. But it's basically how gamers judge this, or how we look at this, or certain types of that, you know. And in this episode, it's ways that gamers judge games. And it's not like big things, it's more just simple little stuff that we look at, and we kind of have our own personal judgments if said things are not in the game, which you'll understand as the list goes on. But anyways, I hope that you guys will support this new series. It's, like I said, it's not going to be frequent, but it's going to be something that I want to try and do every now and again. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to ramble on anymore. You'll get the gist of it as the video goes on. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope that you continue to support me, this channel, and this series. The first thing that I want to put on this list about how we judge games, and it's a simple one, a small one, but quite a nice one to actually see. It's when you look up into the sky when it's raining, do water droplets form on the screen? And yes, says Call of Duty Black Ops 4. As you can see, little trickles, which is great. It's always nice, a little bit of an immersion thing. Doesn't need to be added, but it's always a beautiful feature when you see it happen. The more you look at the rain, naturally, the more it goes. If I'm running away from it, the less it actually appears on the screen. So that's actually really nice, and I love more games to do that. I know every game doesn't have that feature that shows water appearing on the screen, but I just wanted to see if Monster Hunter will be one of those franchises. So yeah, as you can see, looking up, not really, but that kind of makes sense because, well, my character's not really looking up. So yeah, I don't know how well you can see the rain, but it's definitely raining here. So on the screen, I was actually pretty wrong about Assassin's Creed. If you go underwater, it does happen. But if you just look at the rain, it doesn't. So either way, still pretty nice. Makes sense because you're going to have a lot of water in your eyes. So yeah, glad to be wrong. Always nice to see that the games do include such things. So yeah, let's move on. Second thing on our list, and it's quite a, how do I explain it, like an unorthodox one. It's having a beautiful menu and a user interface, right? Naturally, you're going to be perusing menus and checking the game stuff out, and you want something that's pretty and engaging. And for this entry, I've gone with Hollow Knight's one because, well, not only is it just beautiful in the music and melancholy, but it allows you to actually shift between different styles of it. Naturally, this has all the DLC, so it allows you to look at all the different types, and it's such a simplistic one with beautiful colors, amazing music, and for that reason alone, I had to include this as something that we look for. If the menu is not appealing and beautiful, then you feel robbed, and that's what this has to do about it, you know? It's nice to have something beautiful and pretty while you're going through the game, and having something that's user-friendly and really enjoyable, and Hollow Knight definitely does that. Next one, it has to do with enemies, and whether or not they actually disappear when you kill them. Now, I know in Assassin's Creed, the bodies do stay behind. Hell, the body will not move for a long time. Hell, even the enemies themselves will notice them, and you can move them and put it for ambushes and such things. So the bodies will not move until, but you can even move them yourselves, plan ambushes, get all those type of things done. So that's what makes games like these really nice. You have to plan whether or not to do certain attacks. You can even interact with them, which is great. Alright, so for this entry we're not really specifically talking about like Call of Duty's method of disappearing bodies, because if that were the case, it would be littered with bodies all over. Their bodies seem to disappear after a short while and then just leaving
We've taken control.
A bag behind. But yeah, they do tend, as you can notice, they do tend to stay behind just a little longer than most, but eventually they do disappear, leaving behind just that med pack. But it's always nice to see that a body does stay behind. So we've seen enemies staying behind, enemies kind of staying behind, but in God of War, you kill them, they just seem to disappear. And it makes sense with the lore of the game, that because they're already dead. But it still happens in a lot of games where they just kind of stay behind. See, just kind of, but in a lot of other games they also just tend to vanish. So next on our list, and if it really isn't obvious by now, it's photo mode. Now this doesn't really bother me too much, but I always enjoy when it's in a game. But for a lot of people, this is a must-have, and people actually get really upset if their games don't have a photo mode, which kind of makes sense. How else could you capture these amazing moments, get a really good angle on your character, tweak it a little bit, and boom, you have an amazing picture for your Instagram, your Twitter, whatever. You can literally share it to the official pages of the games, and photo mode allows you to do that. This photo I tweaked a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to take my word for it that we love photo mode as gamers. Hell, in Monster Hunter, it wasn't included in the base game, and fans were pestering the developers to actually put one in, and they did. It allows you to capture some amazing moments, but also wholly unique system. As you can see, I'm using it at the moment, but you can see he's still moving. Nothing stops. It doesn't freeze frame, and you can capture everything. It still is. It's not really photo mode as a view mode. That's actually what it's called, where you get a good angle, you can get a whole bunch of gestures and tweak it and stuff. But most of the time, it's simply just a live action thing. The game cannot be paused, and you can get some amazing moments and some amazing angles, but it doesn't freeze the game, and that makes it wholly unique. I've not seen many photo modes like this, and for that I really love it, and I use this a lot to try and get some thumbnails and to get some pics for the gram, as that's what pretty much photo mode is for. So yeah, so Red Dead Redemption 2's photo mode just has to be my favorite of all time. Not only is it this amazing camera that you have to set up, but the same as Monster Hunter, it just doesn't pause, so everything is live and beautiful, and these amazing poses, and just, oh, it's just so beautiful. The amount of times I've used this to get some pictures, just enjoying the world and being in the camp during the story, it's just fantastic. And literally it wouldn't be the same without this photo mode. Just, and because it's not this bright, vibrant, it's that old dusty grey color for the views. It's just fantastic, and I truly, when using this one, I understand 1000% why everyone wants photo mode in a game, and it's just brilliant. Mostly has to do with first-person shooter games, or any first-person game in general. It's, do you actually have legs? And let's take a look, and yep, there they are. Nice. You know, it's not really a big thing. It's not a groundbreaking thing. It doesn't ruin the game if you don't have a pair of legs, but it kind of ruins the immersion a little bit if you just a floating camera and a gun, which it's really nice to see. And they react, they bend, and I tend to do this a lot every time I I start a game that's first person, I immediately look down to see if I've got some kickers between my legs, and they've got a shadow, which is nice. So yeah, this is pretty much mostly what happens in a lot of first person games. I don't know how often a lot of you do it, but I know I've seen some threads on the internet that talk about this a lot. So yeah, having legs, really nice to see when you actually. One of my personal favorites, and I always love seeing it, and I know there's probably a lot of other people that enjoy seeing it as well. It's when you shoot at items, right? Does it leave bullet holes in the walls? Now, it's something simple, a lot of games do it, but a lot also don't, and it's always nice to actually see that where you shoot, a bullet hole does appear. But we can get one better as well, where it's do scorch marks appear. And I don't know, it's something simple, but if it's not included, you feel a bit cheated. But we can get even more precise with shooting things and see how they react. One of the things that I love seeing is when you actually shoot things and it realistically breaks. That is the best. Shoot glass, it shatters. Shoot the things, it's always the best, seeing these beautiful details of stuff that actually shatter. It goes way beyond just having bullet holes. And oh! Yep, that pretty much sums it up. Ladies and gentlemen, the items on this list weren't really recorded in any particular order. It makes no difference. But to be honest, I definitely saved the best for last, or for me personally. The number one thing that I always look for when starting any game, it's how beautiful the water graphics are and how just fantastic it is just in general. The look, the sound, the way it reacts. And I have to say, Red Dead Redemption 2's water is some of the best water I have ever seen of all time. Honestly, I'm just blown away by this. The sound, just the look, everything. Honestly, it is the first thing you can ask anyone who knows me well enough. I love water in games. I'm scared of the stuff in real life. I really don't like being in the water. I don't like getting wet all that much. But when it comes to games, I make a beeline for this stuff. It's just... oh my days! Holy crap, I can't believe I caught that! And that wasn't even meant to be featured on this. Holy shit, did you see that? But, yeah, going back to the water, honestly, there's just nothing better in a game. Really, it's the number one thing for me, and it's just being able to do such things like this, like canoe through it, and doing, just for it to react to you, and just, oh, really, I just can't get enough of how beautiful water is. And unfortunately I can't show it, I'm unable to capture it, but Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag does that also really well. If you want to check it out, just that whole game is surrounded by water. But yeah, beautiful water graphics and physics and mechanics, that does it for me. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our list. I hope that you enjoyed it. I certainly had a blast making it, and yeah, as I've said, this will be a once or twice a month thing. I hope that you'll continue supporting this series. I've had a really fun time making it all. So yeah, but my name is Spartan Gamer, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.